I'm Kwam from Whitsett Avenue, Gangsta Crip, out of North Hollywood, NoHo District. I was paroled one time from Pleasant Valley Sea Yard. I also paroled from Soledad Central Yard.
And are those level 4s? Is it a level 3? Is it a...
Level 3s.
Okay. So coming from a level 3, what are your thoughts on people paroling from 50-50 yards, SNY, EOP?
Me, myself, I understand, like, what they're doing with the system. They're flipping the whole prison system, and it's kind of putting a lot of righteous homies in fucked up situations because they hit these yards and it's 50-50. But they have no choice because you got individuals going to the yard to 16 months with half, and then after they see their counselor, they get 33%. When the good time kick in, and they looking at going to the yard doing 6 months, but you have individuals that's on 3 and 4 yards that may be good, and they're politicking saying, nah, you can't be on that yard. And they're telling a lot of homies, like, y'all got to get off that yard, but there's no way to get off the yard. Because you go on the yard and you take off, because that's what a lot of them has been told, take off. But then when you take off, you don't do nothing but get a write-up and sent back on the yard. And if you take off again, you get a write-up again and sent back on the yard. Unless you get 3 back-to-back, sometimes you'll be labeled as a program failure.
And then each time you get a write-up, it's like you get more time, you have to stay in prison longer.
Exactly. So because each write-up, you're going to get 90 days. It's 90 days added on. And once you get one, the second one cancels out the first one. So that's 90 days lost. Then you get the second one. You got action at getting it back if you clean for 6 months. But then if you get another write-up, then that cancels that one out. And all you're doing is stacking up more and more time. So with this being said, it's like homies need to stop tripping on individuals hitting yards because they have no choice. Every yard damn near is already 50-50. They done started on some of the level 4s. So it's like it's inevitable for a motherfucker to hit that yard. They're going to hit one of them 50-50s. Eventually, the level 4, they're going to get to them, too, because we don't run this. That right there is a business, and they're running their business how they want to. But homies have to learn to see that, damn, we got to just start checking paperwork, making sure our homies is good.
Yeah. Do you think homies should be led back into like a level 4? They should be able to come back? Or is it that stay where you are and just try to come home as quickly as possible?
I believe myself, as a righteous homie, that you should tell your littles, look, when you hit them yards, check paperwork, make sure your circle is good. Once y'all make sure y'all circle is good, do your time and come home. We want to see you out here, not in there.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Blueface situation? He just came home, and a lot of people are trying to say he needs to have a DP, but I feel like it's coming from a place of jealousy.
Look, when it comes to Blueface, yes, he's a member. He's held accountable to all the rules and everything that we are as well. But you also have to understand this is a multi-millionaire. So being the fact that he's a multi-millionaire, the same way we as big homies to our little homies, we should tell them the right thing. Look, hit the yards, check paperwork, and do your thing like that. You got to be a solid homie and understand that this man's a multi-millionaire and he's not going to do a lot of the things that a broke motherfucker going to do because he's not in the same situation. He got a lot to lose. So me, myself, as being, if that was my homie, which schoolyards, they're homies as well. They, in the system, we run together or we have run together. So what I would tell my homie is, look, Blueface, look, this is what it is. You're a millionaire. A lot of the shit that goes on, yeah, you may help if in the situation immediately. directly. But for the most part, stand down. It's a lot of other people right here that handle a lot of them situations because he gives Schoolyard Crip good representation. And there's no way in hell to think that this man is going to go spin the block or he's going to be outside whooping niggas or going through the county system just super turned up when he got a lot to lose. Now, I'm not saying that he should be allowed to do buster shit. You know what I'm saying? By all means, he is from Schoolyard Crip, so he is held accountable. But what I'm saying is you can't hold him to the same standards when this is a multi-millionaire giving y'all the utmost publicity.
Yeah. And he's better off on the outside than in prison because he could give other homies opportunities that he can't give from prison.
Of course. It's like, that's just like if you cut the head off the snake can no longer survive. And a lot of people that he may be looking out for, that all stops. That's why I said, as a righteous homie, you should be wanting to tell your homie, like, look, bro, stand down. Niggas got this. That's just like when we got homies that's on their way home, and then some of us might have more time. Hey, bro, stand down. We got this. We're going to get up in there and handle the business and keep on programming. Because the thing is to walk your homies to the house. You don't want them to stay up in there. You want to walk them home. And Blueface, he did his time. To my understanding, I could be wrong. I don't know. And I don't think that from some of the things I've heard from individuals that was in there, I ain't heard too much to where he was turned up, nor too much to where he was turned down. It's like the man, when he did his time, if he didn't punk the game, then, hey, they should be welcoming him home, you know what I'm saying, open arms.
Yeah. So also somebody else that's been going viral lately, DC Baby Draco got banned from LA from doing hood vlogs. What are your thoughts on an outsider coming into LA doing hood vlogs?
I feel that anytime outsiders come in, if you're not coming in through credible individuals, that should be a no-fly zone as well. Because it's like you coming in and you're trying to capitalize off of what's going on right here. And this ain't no fad. It's just a way of life, and it's a lot of the shit is what people have gone through as they've gone up, you know, through their trials and tribulations. Everybody take their rocky roads, and it's like other people who ain't took that same rocky road, they look at it as being cool. Like, oh, I'm gonna run in and get some of that footage. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, just for notoriety. And that's a no-fly zone. I feel that all the outsiders stay out. Everything that's right here, let's keep this shit right here going. Keep the flame lit right here. Because it's almost like something being homegrown. It should stay right here.
So you think it should be homies from their own hood doing the vlogs?
Not necessarily from your own set. I feel like just anybody that's right here, that's from right here, Los Angeles. Well, it doesn't even have to be Los Angeles, because we got righteous homies in the IE. We got righteous homies in the Antelope Valley. You know, it's righteous homies all over. But I feel like those that are here, California, Southern California, should put Southern California on the map. Should keep this right here lit, keep this going. There's a lot of things that go on, and it shouldn't be publicized anyway. That's just like when there's inner turmoil within a turf, that shouldn't be publicized. That should stay on the inside amongst those on the inside, and it should be rectified by those on the inside, not anyone on the outside.
Well, speaking on that, recently on the Who's Who's, B Braze actually spoke on Little B Braze and another homie actually getting caught in a sex act on camera. So his big homies told him to publicize it, but he initially didn't want to, but once they told him to, like, put it out there. What are your thoughts on that? Should he have put that out there on his own homies, or Because what was the outcome? It's like if someone else would have put it out, it would have been much worse. It's better off you posting it yourself. But what do you think?
No, on that topic, on that situation, I feel that wasn't wrong because those individuals are no longer homies. Because once you break certain rules from the code of conduct, you're no longer a homie. So that's why a homie will call and say, hey, go and put them out there. Blast them, burn their feet. You know what I'm saying? Put the heat to the feet. Because you're no longer a homie because you out here punking the game. And that right there is certain things that you're not supposed to do within. Like breaking certain rules, snitching, setting your own homies up, going S&Y when you go to prison, fucking with boys. That's a no-fly zone. That's not respected. And I agree. You're supposed to put belt to ass when it comes to that right there.
What are your thoughts on Cowboy?
Well, I feel like when it comes to him, when he going through the court procedures, when there's certain things said in that courtroom, if you're breaking the rules, you're no longer a homie. Just like what we just said with Braze and them. They put their homie out there because he broke the rules. They broke the rules and punked the game. So it's like when certain things happen, you can't still be a solidified member cha-chaing around like a person didn't break the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's their business. Like what they do, what they choose to do amongst each other. But I feel like with my own, and I know my homies, if somebody is on some tattletailing or anything like police type shit, whatever it may be, because allegedly, you know, he broke some rules that shouldn't have been broken. And they're saying that it's a no-fly zone for him as well, which I agree. If the rules were broken, hey, then it's supposed to apply to him too. He's not supposed to be welcome.
Big, you got denied going to his son's funeral. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like he should have been allowed to go to his son's funeral, or because of the case that he's locked up for, is it right that they denied him?
Nah, that's incorrect in my eyes. My personal opinion. My opinion is that's fucked up. You know, that's still his child, and he's still a father. At the end of the day, despite whatever he could have done, what he's supposed to be in jail for, allegedly, whatever he could have done or didn't do, that shouldn't matter when it comes to him seeing his, especially if he's in position to do that. You know, because a lot of times it's costly to do that. But if he's in position, he should have been allowed to do that.
How do you feel about the state of Los Angeles right now? It's been a lot of shootouts lately.
This right here is regular. You know what I'm saying? Like for LA, it's regular. Just like Chicago, it's regular. But it ain't cool though. It ain't cool. That's why we really need more unity amongst us all. That's the truth. We really need more unity, and that's one of the reasons why I put together the food giveaway and the toy drive that I'm doing in December for the homeless and for the kids. I feel like we need to come together more and create more unity. So I got a lot of members coming together, and we gonna give back to the community as a whole. Community revolution in progress.
You mean just like enemies coming together too?
Well, me it's some of us as gangsters don't get along. All gangsters don't get along, but it's a lot of us that's willing to get along, especially for the cause. To do something good, and everybody see the movement that I'm pushing, because I push for unity amongst gangsters, GCs and threes. We all the same. We under the same umbrella. And it's like, it's retarded for us to fight against each other. That's just stupid as hell. And realistically, it should be black, period. But I'm tied to a certain entity, so I got to start with that, and that's what I did. I started with that first. I pushed unity amongst my own. That's why I have a lot of different sects joining in, and we gonna do this together as a unit and give back to the community.
In your opinion, do you think there'll ever be peace in LA?
Yeah, I believe it can get there. I believe it can get there. Yep.
How?
All it takes is people to activate. Certain people to activate. I believe it can happen.
What are some of the things that could be done to further that?
Probably a lot of reputables. People. Well, first of all, it's going to take individuals that have the will to do that. They want that. They see a need for it and they push for that. And they're going to have to ignite and talk to the individuals who have a lot of respect from different sections and bring things together. It's possible because, I mean, shit, they did a peace treaty before. It happened once, it can happen twice, it can happen 3 times.
You know how they say that didn't happen in my prison, but in the prisons you were in, did you see any type of homosexual activity? And was it consensual?
It is different from prison to prison, you know, but at the same time, I've been at a prison where it was a dude on the yard who had, he considered them his girlfriends. It was 2 of them. Stayed right by his side at all times. When he worked out and when he walked the yard, he had 2 of them right next to him. So it was open. That was his free willing choice. And he was a gang member too. But his homies ain't mess with him.
Did he end up getting a put off or did they just avoid him?
No, they just avoided him. He was an older dude. He was older. He was a big dude. And he just stayed to himself, but he stayed with them. He stayed with them punks. There's a lot of people in there, though, that be sneaking. They be sneaking messing with punks, too, but I'm just speaking on the individual. That was the only individual that I saw just outright. Well, that wasn't the only one. It was another situation, but that would outright just mess with him out in the open. But it was consensual. That's a no-fly zone. That's why his homies didn't mess with him.
So why he never got a put off? Because it's like some people will get politicked off a yard for like paperwork that no one ever saw, or just off word of mouth. Some people get politicked off the yard literally for doing drugs. But this man has 2 girlfriends with dicks, and no one's politicking him off the yard. How's that possible?
Because it's like you got people that'll be on the yard that don't even run with their car. They loners. They just by themselves. Even though they was from over there, they was supposed to be connected to a certain car, but they'll come in and they'll run just all by themselves. The first year I ever met one of my homies, which was Sweet Talk, he rested in peace, and then it was Lil Bad. And it went from there. It was domino effect of me meeting the homies from 91. And then I was messing with the homies 91, 92, 93, 94. Before long, I was burnt on the set like the streets were saying that I'm from Whitsett Avenue. And realistically, I didn't even realize that I was burnt on it. But by then, it was inevitable. I just accepted it because I was fucking with all my homies. And, you know, you young, dumb, running around, you're not paying attention to that. You're just running around young. And I got burnt on my set. So me, I didn't get an actual put on. That's why I tell everybody I never was put on. I was burnt on my set. Payback, big payback, that was a hard pill to swallow. Lil Kwam, my little homie Lil Kwam, that was a hard pill to swallow. And I feel that, honestly, like every homie that we've lost, it hits a lot of homies hard because we a small set and we tight-knit. The set has always been like family. it's been like a small family. Everybody know everybody. So when the losses were taken, it hit hard. Now, like Payback and Lil Kwam hit a lot harder because of the fact we functioned and we lived together and we were way tighter. But I believe that all the homies that have been lost hit different for us because we're a small set, and a lot of us really, like, we are really like a family. We really were like a family, I'ma say, and was tight knit. So when we lose one, it hurts.
What message do you have for the kids?
Don't gangbang. Stay focused on schooling. Stay focused on whatever it is in life that you like, that attracts you, that's positive. Stay focused on that and go at it. You can be anything you want to be. You can get anything you want to get. Stay focused.
Thank you so much for telling your story. Any last words you want to say?
I appreciate you for having me on the show. And I want everybody to understand that, like, it's a need for unity out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I push unity amongst gangsters, GCs and threes. Big Kwam from Whitsett Avenue said that.